Designing and working with typography is an entire subject in itself, and for generations people have been working with type and figuring out ways in which they can make type much more readable or more attractive. And issues with typography and the limitations of what we can do on the web have plagued us for quite some time now.
Yeah, unfortunately, the same issues apply whether we were doing presentational work with fonts and now what we have with CSS, in the sense that if a given typeface is not available on the user's machine, it will not display in a browser. And as a result, we have had to limit ourselves to those known fonts that are installed on most common browsers. We're looking at a page called The Elements of Typographic Style Applied to the Web here, which is a wonderful, wonderful guide to web typography that I think everybody should check out. And again, this will be in the bookmarks.html file for you to check and see. But back to the issue, part of the problem is that fonts are expensive and they are also proprietary. So we've been, for many years trying to solve that problem of how to get better font support for a wide range of fonts. And people were talking in the early days about embedding fonts and all of this. But the people who create fonts, large companies usually, don't want to give up the rights to those things. And so we're pretty much left with the fonts that are available on machines. Now, the difference is back in HTML, we were highly limited to size, not only to what was on the machine, but to the size, the color,
and the weight. So size, color, weight, and family. And we were limited to those things, but the problem was that they were arbitrary. You could say font size 2, but what does that mean? It doesn't mean 2 pixels. It doesn't mean 2M. It means whatever the browser decided it meant. And there was precious little control. CSS does help us change that. One of the really exciting things about CSS now when we're working with typography is that it enables us to make a tremendous amount out of very little in the way of regular system installed font.
In this chapter, you're going to look at exactly how to do that, as well as use graphics in combination with the machine-based fonts in order to create very, very rich typographic stylings for your pages.
So I'm very excited about this particular